4 new names on the ballot, but that doesn't mean they're all unknown candidates to Sacramento voters. The man who is leading the pack as of now, at least when it comes to campaign spending, is Assemblymember Kevin McCarty. Right behind him, who is spent the second most on his campaign, is his fellow former city councilmate Steve Hansen. Also running for mayor is Dr. Richard Pan, who is a pediatrician, but also has plenty of experience in the state legislature, having spent 12 years in office. And the fourth member of this race, who at least it seems like she's the political outsider, is Dr. Flo Kofer, who is an epidemiologist. Now, all of these top 4 candidates, all Democrats, and our political strategists tell us it's all the more reason these candidates have to either try to carve a niche for themselves or spend that much more money in order to stand out. They also tell me that voters have to be more informed than ever so that they can distinguish who they want to vote for.
You have to do a little bit more heavy lifting
for the candidates and the Sacramento voters. Ed Emerson, a Democratic political strategist for Fox 40, says Sacramentans need to do their homework before visiting the polls. And the next mayor needs to open up their wallet.
The folks with the most money usually win, unfortunately, which is the case, but we'll see how it turns out.
That's important for any candidate, right, is knowing how to win.
Aside from the dollars, Republican political strategist Tim Rosales tells Fox 40 the right candidate needs to tout their victories.
With Pan, with McCarty, with Hansen, they all have a record of winning here in Sacramento, and that's a big advantage.
The trio, nearly 40 years of political service at the local and state levels. This election's top spender, Kevin McCarty, spent 10 years on city council before moving to the state assembly. His former fellow city council member, Steve Hansen, served until 2020 before temporarily retiring from politics. And pediatrician Dr. Richard Pan bowed out of state office in 2022 after hitting his 12-year limit.
These are fairly recognizable names to people who are staying abreast of Sacramento city politics.
But epidemiologist Dr. Flo Kofer comes in with a different perspective.
If you're an outsider, run as an outsider.
Catering to that far left fringe, there's enough there for Flo Kofer to maybe get in that top 2.
Kofer's solution to homelessness stands out from the crowd. In a recent forum, Kofer said public dollars not spent on homeless housing are going to waste, while the other 3 also promised to crack down on illegal camping.
We need not just the housing component, but we actually need the mental health, we need the drug treatment, we need those wraparound services.
Hansen, McCarty, and Pan calling for stronger enforcement at encampments and on Sacramento crime. Hansen mentioning hiring 100 to 200 more police officers, while McCarty and Pan are focused on reducing response times.
You always will need armed police to respond. The question becomes, and the goal becomes, how can we train up these police? How can we get them to be more conscious of use of force?
Emerson addressing an outside audit of Sacramento police, highlighting, quote, systemic bias in the department. It's the reason Kofer says she's calling for more community-based enforcement.
I think that those voters are going to be really focused on those candidates who can actually deliver real public safety or personal safety to people and their families.
And those political strategists there who you just saw in that story tell me the final issue that is top of mind for Sacramento voters in this election is affordability. And they say what needs to happen, whoever becomes the next mayor needs to try to target federal dollars in order to create more affordable housing here in the area for those middle to lower income families, as well as get creative with downtown space that we already have in order to create more affordable units. And just because Election Day is next Tuesday and we have all of the votes in, seemingly, hopefully by then, it doesn't mean we're going to have a new mayor-elect on Tuesday night. That's because whoever wins this race, in order to do so, they must receive a majority of the votes, which means 50% or more of the votes. And the political strategists we talked to say because there are 4 candidates vying for mayor for all of your votes, it's seemingly unlikely, to them at least, that we will have a new mayor this month. And what happens then is we go off to a runoff election. The top 2 vote getters here in March actually will run again in the general election head-to-head in November. I asked both of our political strategists which of the top 2 vote getters will we see again in November. They told me that all 4 of these candidates are viable. Reporting live at Sacramento City Hall, covering local news that matters, I'm Mason Morrow, Fox 40 News.